more than 900 million monthly active users. I feel like I'm reading your child's school report because you're so proud. In Saudi Arabia alone, Snapchat reaches more than 90% of the 13 to 35-year-old, which is a major chunk of the market, and users across the GCC open the app around 45 times a day. Guiding this momentum in this region is an executive I remember that was the very first Middle East executive appointment in Snapchat. You built the Dubai and the Riyadh office from scratch, and I have to mention this because I've been waiting for years. When he was appointed, I was still a presenter, and you still are now, years later, now that I'm out of TV. You're the only guest I could not get on my show.
You did eventually, you did.
And now it's revenge, okay? So, welcome, Hussein. Your growth is, the numbers are clear when it comes to Snap. It's a very well-loved platform. But I do want to start, as a journalist, we see the growth, we see the numbers. But this is a very unique region. It's a region that thrives on privacy, also on cultural and a lot of unique elements to this region. How are you able, as a platform, to balance this need for creativity and the sensitivities of the culture and the privacy?
Thank you, Jesse. Really great to be here with you eventually, years later. Listen, so when you look at the success of Snapchat in the Middle East, specifically in the GCC region, and you look at how Snap was designed from the beginning, was designed in a very different way than what we used to see earlier. The whole idea was, how can we support the connection between the people we love? The number one use case for Snapchat is chat. And the mission there is, how can we create a tool that allows people to connect in the closest way possible to how we connect in real life? So we made it disappear in 24 hours, because when we sit and chat between friends, we don't record. We really focus on privacy, because when we're with our family and friends, it's always private, it's always safe to be there. And that worked for the GCC audience, and that helped a lot with allowing people to communicate, to express themselves, but at the same time feel very safe in their environment, and as well connect and show what's positive about their life and what their community they are part of.
I know you talk a lot about those two issues, that the platform is different from what's in the market, and also you have a different audience, specifically the GCC audience. So I want to get a little bit on creators, okay? Creators are the engine. I've heard you say that a lot. They're the engine that move this platform, and it's sort of a circular relationship. But we hear a lot from creators that the platforms are now rewarding really beyond out of the box. Almost like for you to be rewarded as a creator, literally you have to be an astronaut and do something so crazy, a big production. You have to put money out of your pocket before you even start monetizing as a creator. What do you say to those creators, and what's Snapchat doing to boost all levels of creativity?
Well, when you look at the creator community for Snapchat in the GCC region, it is one of the most vibrant communities for us in the world. It's such an engaging community with a really very successful business model that they're able to create in the last 5 to 7 years. And it's very easy for you to see there's a huge difference between how creators create on Snapchat versus how they create elsewhere. And it's very straightforward. And if you analyze the platform, when you open Snap, you open to the camera immediately. So immediately, it's very fast. You want to take the moment that you're in right away. There's no likes, there's no shares, there's no comments. So when you create, you're kind of free of all those things that you worry about, you're being judged or you have to be perfect. You didn't see the feed yet, which automatically you start kind of like not comparing what you do with somebody else. That is extremely powerful in terms of how creators' mindset is on the platform. So automatically, when you talk to creators, they tell you, when I open Snap, I just open and I start talking. I start taking pictures and videos, and it's amazing how it makes me feel I can be myself, and it's okay if it doesn't come out right, because it disappears in 24 hours. If it goes wrong, I could fix it, and I'm not gonna have people bullying me on the comments section on everything, and that is why they were successful. And what happened is, when that happened 7 years or 8 years ago, people liked it and people got used to it. By time, the relationship dynamic between those creators and people became really close. And one of the creators I met a couple weeks ago told me that when he meets his fans, they look at him and say, like, the first time we saw you, but we feel like we know you. And that's really powerful, and we see it really well when they become commercial. So when I know you well and I relate to you, I trust you. And when I trust you, I believe what you say most of the times. And when I believe what you say, I'll buy something you recommend. So that's why you see the Snap community, when a creator recommends a product in Saudi, our clients tell us it's the highest conversion they see, because the creators they have such a special relationship with their audiences.
I saw a clip recently of an influencer having a burger somewhere in Dubai, and she had mentioned it, and so the followers went there, and it was and the followers were so excited, and the influencer was like, "What's wrong? Why do you look so surprised?" I did say I was having a burger in this place, and they said, "Because you look like you literally jumped out of the platform into the burger." I want you to address the issue of positive influence, which speaks a lot to the theme of this session. And you speak about positive influence not just from a creator perspective, but from a platform perspective.
Yep.
How can you boost that alongside the authenticity, which is major now in any content?
So I think, like, when you look at the way we stayed committed to that vision and mission of kind of enriching people relationships and allowing them to communicate visually in a very rich way that's as close as possible to the real life. And that automatically put our platform in a place where it's close people talking to each other. Even when the creator gets on the platform, they're authentic enough, they build the kind of relationship that we build with people we know. Like, people sometimes forget, Jesse, that this business is a relationship business. It's the same way you meet somebody in a coffee shop or through a friend or in a business setup, and you build a relationship with that person. There's, in the beginning, getting to know each other. And then showing your vulnerabilities, and then being yourself, and that person likes you, you like that person. And over time, through consistency, you're getting to be closer and closer, and then trust happens. So in that context, when we think of relationship between the creators and the fans in this way, similar to human relationships, it becomes very easy to know how can we drive this ecosystem to be a positive driver of influence. The challenge we have now is social media, the way it's created, it prioritizes, as you said in the beginning, popularity, trends, short-term stuff.
Massive, everything massive.
Every people you look at in that infinite feed are people you don't know. And that was amazing for our inspiration and education and keeping us updated. But there's a time when we have to talk about how positive is that to us and the young generation coming out. And I think I'm very proud of how Snap positions itself with creators, extremely proud of the creator community and the positivity you see on the platform. You go to Snap now and you open, first you only see the creators you follow, and you go there, very difficult for you to find. I mean, you will never be 100%, but you compare Snap to how you see outside. We're really kind of proud of how we are able to play a positive role in the massive transformation we're seeing around us.
So I want to stop on this point. It's so important, especially the trust that you mentioned, but also the fact that, you know, Snap positions itself as one of the platforms that caters to 13 plus, a very delicate age on all levels, and the question comes up about safety standards, about privacy. You're also unique in that way. You know, how are you able to ensure that this age group is met with the proper environment and proper tools to ensure their safety?
Such an important topic, and this is a question I get not only in this setup. I get it when I'm having a coffee and I say I work for Snapchat, because I know how important this is for anyone who has family and kids and etc. And when you think of Snapchat, Snap came as a reaction. Like when you hear Evan, our founder, talk about Snapchat, he actually tells you it's an antidote to social media, and that is one. So the values that Snap was created on, kind of created on the basis of a worry about how social media is growing. But even when you look at the platform, the mission is to bring close family and friends together. You cannot do that without making sure that environment is safe. So by design, Snapchat is designed with privacy first so that people feel secure enough to invite their closest people to chat. And then from there, we started building set of features. Every feature goes through a set of privacy setting. For example, no piece of content takes large audience at Snap without it being moderated, which is a huge difference from what we're used to. When we have politicians, celebrities, there's very strict standards and community guidelines that they abide by, and we're very strict in applying those. We work really closely with all institutions and government entities that help us as well be better. And lastly, because we hear a lot from parents, we just launched Family Center. Family
I
Center.
was going to ask you about Family Hub or Family Center.
It's Family Hub
Family
now.
Hub.
Family Hub now. So Family Hub is giving access to parents very close again to the access they have on their kids in real life. So you can know who are your kids talking
Kids
to.
don't want that.
Exactly, but you still do it, and we want to allow you to do that in a digital world. So you can know what privacy settings your children have. You could know who are they talking to, who's connecting with them. You cannot know what they're saying because you cannot do that in real life unless you're sneaking. And from the look on your face, I feel like you do that.
I'm dreading the day my kids become teenagers. I'm dreading it. It's
Listen,
scary for me as a parent.
It's a difficult one, but there are a lot of tools there. Like, we encourage parents a lot to, first of all, Snapchat is a 13 plus platform. So first, we encourage parents to really have the right decision on when their children are on social media and on Snapchat. As well, there's a lot of features. For example, device stage age verification. So on a device level, you could define the age of your child so that when they go to a platform like Snapchat, it picks that instead of the child kind of changing the age from 11 to 13. So there's a lot of tools, and hopefully technology will catch up to make parents like you and me less concerned.
Hassan, I don't want to think about it.
Yeah,
It's
I could see your face.
scary.
I could see your face.
But I do want to get to an issue that's very important to creators on the platform, and that's monetizing. Okay, how can you help creators turn their creativity into a career, into income, generating income, not simply just content for the sake of content? We hear a lot from creators that they find it very difficult to monetize, which is also linked to the idea of creativity. Like, they feel we have to do things that no one has thought of, almost rethinking of and rebranding the wheel, recreating the wheel. What can you do to boost monetization?
Yeah, we do a lot. The core, if you want a creator to be successful, first of all, they have to have an engaged community. So you can't even talk monetization without having a community that follows you and can get positively influenced by you. So the first thing we do is we help them get that engagement. We teach them the features. We give them advice. We support them in their journey to understand what is happening with them so that you can get better understanding of how they could be successful. That's the starting point. But then from there, we are one of the most aggressive platforms when it comes to revenue share programs. So we share globally $1 billion, more than $1 billion of revenue with creators. That's huge, and in the MENA region, it's a lot of money. We don't disclose that, but you could do the calculation of how big MENA is for Snap globally and how much of that is here. And the whole idea here, the reason we do that, the business justification there, is very straightforward. We see a direct correlation between how much engagement and focus the creators and creativity creators have early on in when they start monetizing. If they start worrying too much about monetization early on, you see that line either flattening or dropping. So what we're trying to help a little bit here with is focus on creating. So we put them on revenue share programs that takes the burden, a little bit of the burden of the commercials to cover a little bit of the cost that they incur so that they can focus on creativity. So that has been instrumental. I've seen the moment we started getting serious about this program, how the content increased, so the intensity and density of content increased, but the engagement as well and the creativity we're seeing there. Then we started now really doing very exciting projects about introducing brands and creators to create cool content and creative content that our community would engage in collaboration with brands. Now, at Snap, it's not difficult. It is just, it takes time and investment to do. It's again back to this topic. If you want to build relationships with people, you don't do that overnight. You don't do that in a week or two or a month or three. You have to be, as you said, consistent. You have to build trust, and you have to be authentic and being yourself. And the last point on this, Jesse, is it's a very easy thing to say, oh, be authentic. It's easy. Like produce filters.
Be yourself.
Exactly, but being yourself is not that easy, and learning how to dig deep to be yourself so that people could relate to you is a practice. But what we know for sure, that this investment pays back, for sure. So all what we ask our creators is to be patient, seek our help, whether it is how to be successful and how to monetize in a way that doesn't impact their creativity, and I think that investment always pays back.
But this brings us to a look into what's coming next. You're pioneering when it comes to AR and wearable tech. I don't want to disclose what's next because I know you're so excited about it. So tell us, what is the most exciting gadget coming up for creators in the future, in the last few minutes that we have, and how will it change their content?
I think like early on when we were thinking of that mission of how can we enrich that connection between people through the camera, augmented reality was an investment we did early on. We spent billions of dollars in enhancing this technology to really play a part on how people communicate. And you know this technology not as AR, you know it as filters or lenses, those things you put on your face that became so advanced as a business. And for us,
you were copied. You were copied. You were the first to introduce.
Just like everything, and that technology became so advanced for us with AI that it started going really beyond entertainment. That kind of dog face or vomiting rainbow became a tool for you point to a math problem, it solves it for you. You point to a plant, it tells you where it's from. You point it to a pet, it tells you what kind of breed it is. And education, healthcare, tourism, destinations. And we're really excited about that idea of us being anchored in the world, in the real world, not isolated in a virtual world, but as well with being able to apply a computing overlay over it.
And I want you to show us.
And
I'm gonna pump this up because you told me this is the first time, right?
And the biggest limitation, the biggest limitation to that vision is we're limited to a very small screen, which is the phone. So the Snap glasses is a tool that takes AR into the world. I'm gonna wear it just to give you an idea. This is a prototype for developers. So now I could see an AR platform, but I could still see you. It's a see-through. It's connected. I don't need my phone to connect to anything. I could control anything now on the glasses with my hands, and I have a keyboard and a controller on the palm. So I could exit, I could go back, I could do stuff. So here, what happened, we opened the platform now of creativity to beyond that small screen. This is a glass that still keeps me in the environment I'm in. I can see everybody, yes. I could see you, I'm still talking to you, I'm actually playing with it. And the way we do this is funny because we distribute those in pairs because we want people to...
You forgot my pair, by the way.
Yeah, I did. And
so I was supposed now to be wearing a spectacle, and you and I could do what, for example? What kind of activities we can do together while still hearing each other?
We can, at minimum, play chess together while sitting together. We have a topic, we could pull up something and talk about it. We could talk about biology and human anatomy by pulling up the neck details of a person to show me where your pain is as a doctor. You could do gaming and programs. kids now could go outside in the garden and play with those things together instead of sitting on an iPad, the opportunity is massive. And what excites me about this the most is that we're not doing this in-house where we're just creating everything ourselves. We actually, the reason why we launched a developer version before we launched a consumer version is that because just like the iPhone and the Android, the reason it succeeded is when we opened it to developer community. This is where creativity and innovation happened. So we opened this up last year to the developer. The people are creating really cool stuff. And when we believe there's enough mass of innovative ideas, this is the time where people will see a beautiful version of this and as well amazing experiences that would enrich their life but keep them anchored in reality.
Well, there you go. For the first time in the Arab Media Summit, a prototype of the new spectacles by Snapchat. When are they coming out in the market?
No, we have no announcement. We're now focused on the developer community there. And once we have enough confidence that we have the right experience for people, that's when you
So you just wanted to tease the audience.
Yes.
Well done. The creativity and the sky is the limit, as you said. Thank you so much, Hussein, for this chat.
Thank you, Jessie.
Thank you.